Hey guys, welcome back. So I came across this company and they did like a super fire like motion animation thing with a logo that they created, and I was like, oh, that's fire. And it got me thinking. I've never like did a text morph animation and I really want to try it. So I'm like, might as well do it with y'all. Cause like, why not? If you're new, my name is Ashley. I'm a creative strategist and a design director, and I created Exhibit B Agency where I help brands launch their big ideas. If you're new here and you like what you see today, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've been here before and you're not subscribed,
bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye.
You know what to do. Don't play with me. This is not a tutorial, okay? I'm just showing you my process and how I learned how to do this. So if you came here for a tutorial, this is not that. It is a safe space and we're just here to learn together, okay? The width and height is going to be 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. So the first thing I want to get going here is a text layer. The first thing I'm writing now is yes, and I'm going to align it, make it centered. Then I'm just going to copy it and write no. As I figured, you know, that's like the simplest thing to morph. Okay, I'm gonna just take both of these layers and press T on my keyboard. This brings up the opacity and it'll start to make sense later. Just follow along, okay? Don't get lost in the sauce. We're gonna go to 1 second here because I don't want the animation to start off immediately. Like, that's kind of chaotic. So I'm going to hit the opacity on the yes layer, this little keyframe. So that's gonna make a keyframe. And in the beginning, I want the yes to show first, and then I want it to like disappear into the no after. So I'm just gonna do 3 seconds because we don't really got time. Okay, so now that we've got it at 3 seconds, and then you can tell it's 3 seconds because it says it right there, we're going to bring the opacity to 0 for the yes layer. And now we're gonna click the no layer and we're gonna go click the little timer for the no layer. So we want it to be at 100% at the 3 second mark, and then at the beginning where it's 1 second, we just want to bring all that down to 0. So I'm gonna select all the keyframes we just made and press F9. So now the transition is a bit smoother. It's just transitioning from yes to no. So now that we got that down, we need to actually like make the adjustment layer, which is gonna actually reveal the actual morphing. So I'm clicking a new adjustment layer. You should label this like do as I say, not as I do, so you don't get confused. I've already done this like 5,000 times before I've recorded this, so I'm well aware that this is going to be the layer that I'm doing the animation on. For this adjustment layer, I'm gonna go into effects and presets, and I am going to go to the Gaussian blur. I don't know, I've always pronounced it Gaussian blur, or is it Gaussian? I've heard someone say Gaussian before and I wanted them to go to jail. I'm gonna say Gaussian. We're gonna take the Gaussian blur and we, under blur and sharpen, we're gonna drop it on the adjustment layer, and we wanna set the keyframe because what we're gonna do is make it blur in the middle. Also, I'm gonna take off the repeat edge pixels because it just makes it so that there's like a border, and we don't want that. So at the 1 second mark, I am going to hit the keyframe for blurriness. I want that to be 0. And right in the middle, right there, where you can see both the no and the yes trying to do its thing, I'm actually gonna turn the blurriness up to 100. And then when we get back to the 3 second mark, I am going to put that back at 0. And this is what we have. Ooh, real seamless, you know? But we're not done. But this is the last step, I promise. Next, in the effects and presets thing, I'm going to do levels and just make sure it's the one that's under color correction. Okay, we're gonna drop that on the adjustment layer, and I don't want it to be in RGB. I want it to be in alpha. And what we're gonna be doing is making the blob morph effect. I don't know how else to explain that, but I want it to be like around here where I can see both yes and no. You could barely see it, but like right there. And what I'm gonna do is drag these little triangle things like to the center, and you're gonna start seeing it like look like a big ass blob. Yeah, that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. But we don't want these little triangle things to touch, because no. Okay, so now that we have it and you can see it's like a blob effect, when we press play, there you have it, people. I would never steer y'all wrong, okay? That is the easiest way to morph a text into another text. Don't say I never taught y'all anything, okay? Period. Thank you for watching my little mini design with me, because it's not a tutorial. Almost a tutorial, but it's not a tutorial. I hope you've learned something today, because I definitely did. If you've enjoyed yourself here today, like and subscribe like I said before. Okay, like we're not doing this for no reason. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.